to GAMER-0. I'm your host T Hill. Tonight's episode, you've read the title. This is Rocksteady to make a Superman game. What can gamers do to make this joint happen? So, before I get into that, you know what the title's about. You know what this episode is going to be about. A few things. One thing, I got a request to do a full-on walkthrough for Dead Space 2, and I'm planning on doing full-on walkthroughs of games, but there's some options that I wanted to, throw out there, hear from you guys, let me know what you think, and let's see what we can do to make this happen. One, full-on gameplay, just gameplay. So no narrative, no nothing, you just watch. I break it up in sections that are realistic, maybe or may not post to YouTube. I may just go straight to like Hip Hop Gamer and N4G, get that out there. Two, which is a voiceover all the way through. I still probably wouldn't do YouTube. I'd probably back on hip hop and back on N4G, get it out there for as many of you guys to enjoy. The third option, which is the most time consuming and I gotta be realistic about, which is picture in picture. You get gameplay, you can see me, you can hear me talk, you can see my facial expressions as I enjoy the game. So there's that option as well. That's very time consuming. It's a lot of editing, there's a lot of rendering. So keep that in mind. I want to know what you guys think is best, what you guys will be happy with, and we'll make this happen. So getting into the title, Rocksteady and making a Superman game. Let's make this thing happen. So how can we as gamers make this happen? You're probably thinking, where is this coming from? Well, I've been playing DC Universe Online Beta. If you haven't already noticed, I'm like well into 100 hours. I've made like 6 or 7 characters, just having a blast with it. But it sparked an idea with me, because while I was playing, I thought about Batman Arkham Asylum, and I'm thinking, geez, that was such an amazing game. I like Batman, but I've always been a Superman fan. Always been. He's the most powerful superhero in DC Universe. How could you not like Superman? Yeah, because he still wears red tights. That's cool. But I'm sorry, Superman is just an amazing character. And I'm thinking, why couldn't Rocksteady, after they finish Arkham City, to do, DC's flagship superhero, which you think of DC, you think of 1 or 2 characters. One Superman, the other one Batman. Those are the 2 prime characters. So it wouldn't be too much of a stretch. I mean, I know DC's got to be loving their work and all the response from fans and critics for the Arkham series. So for them to take another flagship title of DC would be amazing. And I've got this great idea, and I'm going to be at PAX this year. I'm going to be at E3, so I'm hoping that I run into the folks at Rocksteady, and I can, pump this idea and be like, fans want this, let's make this happen. Let's see what we can do to, after you're done with Arkham City, maybe a Superman game. So here's my idea. Let's set this up. A few things that, if you guys have ever played a Superman game, they've always had problems. One, the flight's done great. Yeah, I'll give you the flight. Everything else is garbage. You got to look at the combat. It all breaks down when you get to the combat and the actual narrative when you try to structure a Superman game versus, I don't know, fighting Lex Luthor without an armor. It breaks down, and Superman is so powerful that it's hard to find opponents that can fight him and go toe-to-toe with him. So the first thing I was thinking, why not actually pick opponents that Superman can have trouble with, a real dilemma? And you got like Doomsday. Come on, Doomsday put him in the dirt, finished him. They finished each other, but he put him in the ground. Done deal. Yeah, in the later stories they made it seem where Doomsday's a lot weaker, but he could still take Superman. It's Doomsday. I'm thinking Doomsday from the 90s when he put Superman down and Superman barely walked away. That's that Doomsday. Then you've got enemies like Darkseid, whose Omega beams and just titanic, godlike demi-force could palm Superman's dome piece and then pound him into the ground. Amazing power and just a really iconic type of figure. You've got enemies like Brainiac, who's so intelligent, so technologically advanced, and so just powerful. He can mentally outmaneuver Superman most of the times. He's technically just a scary-ass opponent. It's like the Borg or the Zerg. He can just come at you in waves with his robots. So you've got that kind of... Then you've got Lex Luthor with his battle armor and all those kryptonite gems. He can do different stuff to Superman based on his genetic weakness to the kryptonium, and just pummel the kryptonite and just pummel the shit out of Superman. So you've got that. Then you've got like Metallo with all of his cybernetic parts and his kryptonite chess piece. You've got these enemies that really can do damage to Superman. So why not establish that? But that's all cool. You got great characters, but if the combat's weak, you've still got a crappy game. And I'm thinking this is where Rocksteady shines. There's a few points where they really shine at, and I think they can deliver. Is the combat, that free-flowing, rhythmic combat would be amazing. Because he doesn't name, oh, okay, this is my left hook, or my right hook, or my jab, or my uppercut. He doesn't name his punches. He names, I got heat vision, I got freeze breath, I'm gonna kick the crap out of you. I'm Superman, son. So I'm thinking that would be great. You don't have to name all these moves, but imagine that kind of mechanic from Batman Arkham Asylum to Superman. Now he punches you, organically you go flying, and then the next punch, he has to chase you, right? He's not just gonna like teleport next to you, or you're not just gonna stop and then you're gonna go walk over like in games where I punch you as Superman, you go flying, and then I'm going to throw a left hook, and guess what? I'm flying over you to punch you. So it's a chase game, and I think of a lot of you guys, if you don't know, go check this title out. It's Spider-Man Web of Shadows. It did this mechanic that I think would lend itself really well to the Arkham Asylum kind of battle combat system, which is if you fight on the ground, you could then knock somebody into the air, then follow them into the air, and it's really organic. You hit somebody while they're in the air, and you can take the combat to the air with swinging mechanics like Spider-Man would do, and then take them to the wall, hit them up against the wall, and start fighting on the wall. I'm thinking, imagine that kind of system implemented with Superman. So he knocks you into the air from the ground shakes. You fly up in there, punch him in the face, or in the liver or whatever, and he goes flying to a building. You go flying after him, you punch him, and he sticks in the wall just cracks behind him. Imagine that kind of system. That is just amazing, breathtaking. If you saw that, the way at least it plays out in my head, that it just starts crushing every other competition right there, puts him to bed. But you can develop off of his power. So his heat vision, his freeze breath, he could pick up a car and just whack the crap out of somebody with it. Pick up a pole, he can do almost anything. But with those opponents and his powers, you have to make the environment believable. I mean, if you punch somebody in the building and you're Superman, they'll probably go flying through the building. So you got to capture that as well. And I'm thinking, if they did something like the destructible environments, like, I don't know, Battlefield Bad Company 2 and its destruction engine, that would be amazing. You're Superman, you hit somebody into the side of a wall, part of that, they go flying, they bounce off the wall, but part of that wall goes flying with them. It breaks off, chunks away. That would be sick. Or Superman punches the ground, and the ground actually deforms and lifts up or dips down or breaks apart. Those things would be sick and would capture the world just right. I really think Rocksteady could capture that. Plus, part of it is the mythology and the capturing the characters right. And as you've seen with Arkham Asylum, they did an amazing job with making the environment believable, the characters believable, the setting, everything was so immersive for that experience that I could see Rocksteady saying, okay, yeah, we'll do some, Metropolis fighting, maybe get you worked into it, and then boom, tube you to Apocalypse, and now you're fighting Darkseid and his legions of just beasts. That would be amazing. I think everyone could say that would be just stellar experience. But with that said, you still have to have the right art direction to really capture it. And looking at Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, it's a really dark and gritty atmosphere, so you wouldn't want a developer to make some complete night and day change. And that's where I come in with the art style of Michael Turner, one of my favorite Superman artists. I think he did Witchblade and stuff, some other comic series, but I really loved his Superman work. Superman, Batman, and Supergirl. So picture, if you guys don't know, go Google him. You'll see some of his work up on this video. Amazing style. They did that whole Superman and Batman Apocalypse animated movie, which is stylized after Michael Turner's work. Amazing stuff. But that dark, gritty, rich, believable, humanizing type of world, and the way it's done, yeah, he does some, and most of his stuff's really believable in portions and everything, so you guys would like that. He likes the big doughy eyes, but that art style would really lend itself to the art style that they already use for Batman Arkham Asylum, so it's not too much of a stretch there. Then there's the whole replayability to a game like this. You could have, as say you beat the game, or you unlock certain things, you could have like Arkham Asylum had the Riddler's little question marks. Well, how about you do Mr. Mixelplick's? I can never say that right. Mixelplick or you guys can Google him as well. But have like little encounters with him where you unlock, I don't know, an Eradicator skin or character where you can, once you beat the game, you can replay with him, or you can play it on a harder difficulty and say unlock Supergirl, or do a different type of challenge and unlock Superboy or Steel, things like that. But not just have him be a skin, make it so that way the combat is different. So Superman uses heat vision, Eradicator doesn't. He uses these like hand beams. Being able to switch it up like that and make the combat slightly different, and not just do the same voiceover. Which, if I were to vote and I had to say who they would pick for Superman's voice, I'd say Tim Daly, because everyone would recognize his voice from the Superman cartoons. You guys would know immediately if you heard his stuff. But get different voice actors to do the voiceover, so when you play with a different character, the narrative may be the same or slightly altered, but the voice is different for it. So you see what I'm saying? But then you could also do like horde mode, so enemies are running at you, you're Superman, maybe you're on Apocalypse, or maybe it's a test chamber in the Watchtower, things like that, to really elongate the replayability of the game. So those are just some of my ideas. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll be at PAX, I'll be at E3. Let's see what we can do. I want to hear from you guys. You tell me what you think you would like to see to make a Superman game done right. Alright? As always, I put my shout outs to Hip Hop Gamer, 9th Gen, and newcomer S-Hop. Sorry about butchering your name before. I'm just going to call you S-Hop. You said that was cool. All of you guys keep doing your thing. I love your guys' work. As always, to all my fans, subscribers, thank you. I cannot say how much your comments, your feedback really means to me. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. I want to hear and improve my videos. I got some series coming up. Me and 9th Gen got a project we're working on. I don't want to spill the beans too soon. I hope you guys enjoy it when we drop it. New logos coming very, very, very soon. My contractor was on vacation, but we'll get into that. I hope you guys enjoy it when that drops. As always, you can follow me on hiphopgamershow.com. On Twitter, it's T_Hill0, or you can hit me up on PSN, it's T-Hill. Alright, that's all I've got for this episode of Gamer-0. I'm your host, T-Hill. I'm out. Peace.